Christian Novels Audiobooks, the story of Wayne and Jean Vozzolo. We're going to fast forward a few years from Camboyoka. We're now entering the holiday season with One Vozzolo Christmas. Episode number 14. "Wayne, is Tony ready to go?" Jean asked as she touched up her makeup. "Yes, he's all dressed and fed and excited," Wayne replied. "Tony, you will make a splendid little lamb in the Christmas play at Sunny Hills Church," Jean said as she leaned down and kissed the wiggly little boy. Tony quickly rubbed the kiss off and smiled up at his mom. "Tony, did you rub it in or wipe it off?" Jean asked the standing scenario between them. "Bah! I'm not Tony. I'm a little lamb. Bah!" he replied. "Come on, you two. We don't want to be late for practice now, do we?" Wayne took his keys and opened the back door. "Thank you, Wayne. Tony, tell Daddy." "Thank you," Jean said. "Bah! Thank you, Daddy. Bah!" "You're welcome, little lamb," Wayne said as he locked the door and unlocked the brand-new white pickup truck sitting in the driveway. "Wayne, I am so glad we got this new truck, and it feels so right to have Vozzolo produce painted on the doors. God directed as He directs, He provides, and we won't ever have a monthly note on it, and for that I am doubly grateful," Wayne replied as he picked up Tony and plopped him in the middle of the seat. Wayne then kissed Jean as he helped her up into the truck. "Thank you, darling. I seem to be out of energy the last few weeks. I'm glad I have a doctor's appointment this afternoon." "Me too. Yep, just like you were when you were pregnant with Tony," Wayne smiled. "What? Do you think?" "Jean, I don't know, but you seem to." Before Wayne could finish, he had to dodge as Jean scrambled out of the truck and barfed. "Why, oh why did honey want an early morning practice with these little ones?" Jean asked, wiping her mouth with a tissue and holding her stomach. "Well, I honestly think that's the only way she could work with them without the bigger kids." "You okay?" Wayne asked. "Yes, I'm just a little nauseated this morning." Wayne smiled as he helped her back in the truck and shut the door. "Yep," he said to himself as he walked around to the driver's side smiling, "just like with Tony." Wayne wasn't real sure how the pastor's wife, Honey, got the handful of preschoolers to cooperate as little lambs and tiny angels. "Jean, are you okay? You look a little tired," Honey commented as she passed out milk and cookies amidst the bleating bahs and the tiny angels trying to be still. "I'm fine, but no thank you for the cookies this morning. I'm trying to cut down a little," Jean replied as she held up her hand to the plate full of cookies. "More for us. These smell delicious." Pastor Lorrimore laughed as he and Wayne reached for some more cookies. Jean quickly got up and headed for the restroom. "Wayne, what's with that? She never turns down fresh-baked cookies," Honey asked. "I'm just guessing, but I think she has the 9-month flu. We've got a doctor's appointment this afternoon," Wayne answered. "Sunny Hills is growing. I am praying that God will grow a doctor's clinic, a grocery store, and a drugstore here. We have the tractor place, the post office, the bus station, the schools, and the church. We all have to go several hours to get to either of the other places, regardless of which way we go," Honey answered. The lamb started butting the tiny angels, and Pastor, Honey, and Wayne scrambled to stop the commotion. "Tony started it," one of the tiny angels shouted and pointed at Tony. "Tony, enough," Wayne sternly said, "and tell her you're sorry. Now." "Yes, sir. I'm sorry I butted you, but that's what little lambs do," Tony said to the little girl. "Yes, Tony, you are a marvelous little lamb, but do you think the little lambs butted the angels the night Jesus was born?" Honey gently asked as she bent down and hugged him. "No, ma'am. The angels were in the sky and the lambs couldn't reach them," Tony replied as he seriously looked at her. Wayne, Honey, and Pastor Lorrimore all had to turn their heads to keep from laughing out loud. Jean came back out of the restroom and said, "I don't even want to know. But Wayne, I think we need to go so I won't be late for my appointment." Wayne, Honey, and Pastor Lorrimore smiled at each other as Jean took Tony's hand and headed to the door. Honey and Pastor put their hands over their mouth and shook their heads. "Tony, the cute, feisty one," Pastor Lorrimore said softly.